Hello!
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 Welcome to the show.
Another episode of Louder with Justin! And the guys!
Do. Oh, man.
We're going to get claimed on
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you for listening.
That would
this
be
week.
amazingly hypocritical if they
Thank
hit
you
us
for
on-
everyone who emailed us. Appreciate all the emails we got about questions that you had for us. Just kidding, nobody ever emails us. But if you want to, it's YDEKcast@gmail.com. That's YDEKcast@gmail.com. Shoot us your questions, comments, concerns. We would love to. Really? I mean, I'll be honest. Everybody that has emailed us, I mean, we haven't exactly been nice to them, so maybe that's why. But
We've been nice to some of them.
Maybe.
I think it's one person that we haven't been nice to.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that was just the thing that everybody was like, oh, wow, that's what happens when you emailed them?
Oh, wow.
They just really rip into you about how silly you were.
It just depends on what you're talking about.
That's true. So, I mean, maybe give it another shot,
Yeah.
audience.
If anybody needs a wedding officiant,
I know a guy.
I
know a guy.
if you want your wedding to be a total of 6 minutes long, I've got your guy.
Justin, why don't you work in Vegas for doing weddings?
Oh my
You-
gosh,
you
you
know
could
what?
really crank them out.
just
you
get
could dress up as Tim Cook and do weddings.
telling you. Nobody ever walks out of a wedding. Gosh, I sure wish the pastor went on for another hour and a half.
Man, I wish that pastor was intelligible and speaking in complete sentences. Oh,
Oh,
oh.
I don't even know what. That's
Shout outs to episode 67
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
ish,
I'm trying to look back.
60 ish,
Forget it.
60 to 67, somewhere in
doesn't
there.
matter, yeah.
It's Icarus and Icor, I think is what it was called. Because I just mentioned it to a friend and sent it to him the other day because
That's nice.
he hadn't.
That's polite.
Yeah.
That's polite.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so how's everyone doing? How's everyone's week?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. I traveled
You did
not
a
too
travel?
long ago. I went to Missouri and back.
Why'd you do that?
I had a job out there.
Okay.
Yep. So I went to Missouri and back.
Like an ongoing position?
No.
Like you know,
Had-
they pay
like
you
a
money to come do
contracted-
a thing.
Contracted job.
Oh, cool.
So I went out there, took a plane, right, 2 planes, and what I did, because they still make you wear a mask, which is crazy.
You had a vaccine passport.
No. That's never.
Can you take your mask off to take a drink of water?
Yes. So you can take it off, but they literally tell you on the plane, this isn't a restaurant. You have to take it off, take a bite, put it back on. I was like, wow, this is really California style. So on the plane,
So on this flying gulag,
yes,
you have to.
no more social distancing. It used to be when I went in August.
Do you just like
flying.
tuck your your mask up your face just to expose your lower lip?
I'm
and then
surprised they didn't have
press
you.
your
I'm
glass?
I'm so surprised they didn't have you wear the nose masks. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For when you're eating. You have
I'm
your nose
surprised
mask.
they didn't just have you stick your straw up the bottom of your mask. Take a sip.
I've done that in REI.
Is that better or worse?
It was so annoying. I just threw my shake away in REI because I got yelled at by 2 employees, and he just said he signaled to me. He put his finger up his mask and just went like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, my mouth is sealed on a straw when I'm taking a
you should
drink.
have just thrown your shake on the floor
Oh, my
in that
goodness.
moment.
I was so upset.
Just
I was like,
right
you
on the floor.
REI hippies.
Just
'Cause
toss
I
it to 'em.
I like REI.
Yeah.
As a store.
Uh-huh.
It's
But
good
to
products.
get yelled at by 2 people for drinking a shake when the first mask security you go through, they used to be called greeters.
Yeah. Back when they used to say,
I
"Hello,
said,
thank you for coming."
I said, can I bring this shake in? He said,
All of
yes.
these nature lovers, what could be more natural than mass extinctions and viruses?
Oh my goodness.
This is just part of Mother Nature, dude.
Yeah.
It's as natural as hurricanes, forest fires, and earthquakes.
Thankfully, they didn't tell me to just stick the straw under my mask because that's way more frustrating.
You should have just walked up to him and kissed him right on the eyeball.
Oh my gosh. You get like sent to jail for that.
yeah.
That is just
Like
crazy.
those ice cream lickers.
Oh.
They actually did go to prison.
Those deserve to go to jail.
Yeah.
But so I went on a plane. They say that on the announcement, they say this isn't like a restaurant. You can't just go in, sit down, start eating, and not put it on again. This is eat your snack, and put it back on in a hurry kind of thing. And I'm like,
You know,
okay.
I don't need my 6 peanuts that much. Just take
It's a
'em.
4-hour flight. I'm hungry. So I do bring a lot of food on planes so I can just continually eat and breathe openly. Like the last plane I went on in August, whole like maybe 16-ounce jar of peanuts. And I was just sitting there.
I just do like popcorn, so it
Just
never
sitting
actually
there
fills
throughout the
you
whole
up.
plane, just kind of eating it.
How did that
Eating
not...
popcorn like half a kernel at a time.
I was slow
You
eating.
ate 16... You
No,
ate a
no.
gallon of peanuts.
No.
How did that not just put like wall sealant into your intestines?
No, it was over. I didn't eat a lot of them. It was just the image of here's what I'm eating.
No, your stool was just like solid, just a solid tube of
on this
silicon.
On this one, I didn't bring peanuts.
out of a Play-Doh gun.
On this flight, I didn't bring peanuts, and they were a lot more strict on eating. But what I was doing is just acting like nothing is wrong. Besides wearing a mask, act like nothing's wrong. So I was in the middle, Christy was on the aisle, and a guy was in the window seat. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they would come by with your snack, your
You
drink.
should constantly dab your forehead.
No, when they'd come by with your snack or drink, he would go.
It's so hot in here.
The flight attendant person hand it, and I'd grab it and then hand it to him.
Yeah.
And
Here you go.
it was just kind
Thank
of. He
you.
was just like he'd do like a little like, thanks, and I was like, nothing's wrong. Okay, and then grab his drink, hand it to him, grab his snack, hand it to him. I opened up beef jerky. And Christy and I are eating beef jerky out, fully pouring our hands in, eating it. We're not like licking our fingers. We're not going bonkers. And I'm like,
It's not Takis.
and then I go, do you want some jerky? And he goes, no, thank you. But I like jerky, but no, thank you. It's just like, what?
Well, here, take a piece. 9
gosh.
grams of protein, dude.
It is wild how just like fearful people
I
are
know.
of this thing.
I just act like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Just everything's normal. If you're not gonna social distance us,
Yeah.
and
It's-
all you're doing is making us wear this piece of paper on our face,
that actually doesn't do anything because
Yeah.
mine could literally be made out of a mesh piece of fabric like Jordan's is,
I know. I'm gonna
And,
try. I didn't
like-
try the mesh piece,
or
Last-
just even
last time-
a t-shirt.
Yeah,
that
t-shirts are
actually
great.
is not going to block any molecules. We can call them.
Yeah.
If they did make them all out of the what is it? The proper material.
Sure, like N95
N99s.
Anything.
The
that
ones
had-
that are.
But the
for
t-shirt
painting.
ones,
Yeah.
the t-shirt ones, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Th-
like,
this
this
is
is-
just to make you feel better.
You shouldn't be able to see your breath in a cold night
Yeah.
through your mask.
Yeah.
Done, because that means that vapors, humidity is
Yes.
coming out of you into the air.
You
Yeah.
should not be able to smell
throw it in the trash.
your own flatulence.
Yeah. But you can because it's just a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite things about wearing the masks.
Is not being able to smell your own farts?
Yeah, because
What?
I
What
mean,
kind of mask do you have?
like the good one.
You don't have a good one. I've seen your Hulk mask. That's
I
a
know,
t-shirt.
but the other ones,
That's a
the
silk screen
disposable
t-shirt.
ones they give you.
Actually, your Hulk one that's all silk screened, that one might be pretty good because it's just plastic.
It's just harder to breathe.
Yeah.
It just
That's what
it-
bothers me the most.
It just keeps air from going into my body. So
yeah.
You don't need that.
I mean,
my
I'm
goodness.
I'm basically on an oxygen asphyxiation trip like most of the day. It helps the creativity. You basically you thin your blood with the caffeine, and
What
then
you
you
gotta do
lower
is
the
get one of
oxygen
those
supply.
oxygen tubes that goes under your nose like the old people have.
Yep.
And have that under your mask so you can actually like do breathing good.
Yeah, I've had some pretty stank ideas from my oxygen deprivation. It's basically being like at 30,000 feet in an airplane and then hanging your head out the window.
If I wear a scuba
Snorkel.
snorkel and still have my mask on, is that okay?
Or what about one of those, those
But I'm
scuba
just
masks? It's
shooting.
Why
it's like
can't
a
you just
whole-
wear a scuba snorkel and then just put little like a filter, like a cigarette filter on the end of your scuba gear?
That sounds
I'm
awful.
Like, like just like a little
Like a
insert.
filter.
Yeah.
That sounds like I would just be like, just really struggling to get air.
just turning blue in the mask.
But I'm no. So
safe.
there is a guy I saw on the internet that made a face shield with full on like vents on the top, but because it wasn't a mask, he couldn't wear it on the airplane. He was gonna get kicked off the airplane for it.
But it was like
It was fully over his neck.
It was like
and you could
effectively
see
like an astronaut helmet.
Yes. But because it wasn't a mask, he was gonna
Because
get
you could
kicked
see his lips
off the airplane.
It's so stupid.
I think
so. This is
one of my theories.
sure. Go ahead.
This is one of my theories.
Hit me.
This is other countries being jealous of American dentistry. That they're leveling the playing field.
That's a really big theory right there.
Nothing else.
So here's
any other conspiracies.
Yeah. Here's what I've started doing, because I think the mask thing is ridiculous, pretty obviously, based on all the words I've been saying over the past 5 minutes. I have decided that it's never going to be just okay for us to stop wearing masks. Like, there's never going to be a point in time where everyone's like, yeah, okay, you can stop wearing masks now. Everybody just stop. You know, like, that's just...
Why would they?
That's never going to just happen. We have to make it happen. So, what I've started doing, and I encourage literally everyone to start doing, because the masks are pointless. All they do is give you less oxygen and hold the germs right up next to your face. And germs they do catch, you just get to sit there and breathe them back in.
It's a biohazard.
So, stop wearing them, but have it in your pocket. So, like, walk in to literally every single store, every place you go, walk in without your mask on, and make them ask you to put it on.
Yeah.
But please do not be a jerk about it.
Don't kill the messenger.
Please be a very nice person. Walk in when they ask you, hey, excuse me, sir, do you have a mask? Answer with one word, yes.
Yes.
And keep walking. And then if they, oh, sir, sorry, can you actually put that on for me, please? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem. And put it on.
Yes.
Like, you need to be the nicest person ever. We're not trying to you don't start fights, don't yell.
Yeah.
If somebody starts yelling at you, oh, yeah, so sorry, yeah, I'll put it on, no problem. You know, like, don't get into a fist fight with anybody over this. Just protest the mask thing, because it is stupid, silently, and by being kind about it. And just, because you could walk... There's lots of stores that will not make you put it on.
Yep.
It's like Target. They have the person at the door that is specifically trained to ask, would you like a mask? That's what they ask. They don't ask you to put it on. They ask, would you like a mask? And you just say, no, thank you, and keep walking.
Yep.
And they will not bug you. People that are shopping in the store might bug you, but that's on them.
If they start harassing you, they're going to get kicked out.
Yeah. So... Please, I beg you, all listeners, stop wearing your mask when you walk into places.
Because they can't stop us all. Even in Target the other day,
Well,
I was in there.
If you guys want to go into a Mask-Free Utopia, just shop at Cardina's, because...
No,
we were
false.
there last week.
Absolute false.
Really? I was there. A
we
whole
were
bunch
there,
of people were
what?
like walking around nothing.
Nope, 2 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
No, sorry, yesterday.
Yeah,
That was Sunday,
I
right?
was in there. Nobody
No.
cared.
It was Saturday.
It was the weirdest thing.
It was Saturday. Jordan and I and our wives walked in without our masks. Within a minute,
Really?
me and my wife were asked to put ours on.
And it was
Really?
like 5 minutes.
And then about 5 minutes later, Jordan was asked to put his on.
yeah,
Really?
it was a
that was not
manager.
my experience at all.
It was a manager lady.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
The other ladies don't care. The other employees don't care.
Yeah,
So
a
I
lo-
think just like we need to have our secret list of places that have indoor dining now.
Yes, I had
Well,
that.
that doesn't exist.
Yeah, they all
all have it now.
It's all open now.
But now I did think about that, is creating a new list of
We need a new list.
mask-free zones.
yeah. So please, if you know of a mask-free place,
We could just map. We could just draw the map of
Yep.
everywhere that doesn't give you a hard time.
Yep, support them.
We
Yep.
could patronize
so
freedom.
places I know of right off the dome. Target, obviously.
Yep.
Home Depot,
Yep.
super doesn't care.
Home Depot.
They don't even ask you at the door if you haven't. Like, you just go, you
Yeah.
know. Canterbury Coffee in Chino. You, like, literally walk in. Tons of people sitting around. Like, nobody has a mask except the workers.
That's something I do think is going to get stuck too
Yeah.
hard, is food service and medical workers are going to be mandated forever.
Just forever.
Forever.
Like, I don't
It's
know
never,
how to fix
it's
that.
never going to go away for them.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Like, sorry, guys. I mean, I think
You can fix this, but we can't.
us being the messengers and saying that masks are not necessary anymore, and if all customers stopped wearing them, the workers would stop.
Well, it depends on the laws, but I think they're going to change the food laws, the food service handling.
It's more liability than anything. Nobody wants to be the food place that gave somebody. It's like when you know how stupid Chick-fil-A, not Chick-fil-A, Chipotle. Sorry,
like Chick-fil-A is not stupid.
No, sorry, but Chick-fil-A tried to poison me with one of their shakes the other day because they didn't stir the thing, so they had the little shot of pink in the strawberry shake, like down the center. And they didn't mix it, so I just drank like straight up medicine acid. It was like if you took the Slurpee red crap.
Yeah.
If you took that and you concentrated it, you boiled it down
a bit, make it into a syrup.
Yeah, and you just took just a straight up shot of that. Oh my gosh, it was acrid. Oh.
Was it as bad as the time that Jeremy, our oldest brother, drank a 1 week old milkshake?
That's what I imagined it. I was like, this isn't. And then you know what I did because I love science. I stirred it around a little bit and then tried it again just to see if it was the stirring. No, man.
Nothing can recover.
Something was in there that was rank. I don't know if it was like they were purifying it, like they bleached it and they didn't rinse it out. Something
I think you're
was
just
in
getting
there.
Like the strawberry taste. Or maybe they accidentally poured all of the maraschino cherries.
Something in
juice
there.
In the center?
Yeah. Something in there was dead socks.
I think it was the cherry juice.
I don't know who touched it or who did it or who played a prank on what, because there's been too many times where it's like you go to Chick-fil-A. We were at Chick-fil-A one time, and the lemonade was just like the lemon juice, and it wasn't watered down with like water and sugar yet. I mean, just like melt your teeth out of your head, straight out lemon
I had
juice.
Chick-fil-A today for lunch.
Yeah,
and I must say, I was quite pleased.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, normally I'm just saying that was the first time where I was like,
the whole experience with Chick-fil-A is a great like 6.
I just wish I could go inside and sit
the
at
whole
a table.
experience is like a 9. What's missing from Chick-fil-A? A 6?
Right now,
That's
what's missing is being able to go inside and sit at a table.
Yeah, because I went to a Brazilian barbecue place the other day, and that was a 9.
And did you go inside and sit at a table?
I went inside, and there was a salad bar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And being served meat off a sword.
This is freedom I'm talking about.
Yes. I had to wear a mask and gloves going to the salad bar, whatever. But,
sure.
Oh, my goodness. That was
talking at your table.
That was a 9. I know. We're getting there, though. I sat inside, and they had meat going around freely on swords.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that whatever.
That was a 9.
When you walk up to somebody's table with your meat sword and you say, "Would you like one?" and they look at the meat and go, okay, who? If only I could decide. Oh, geez, sorry, allergies. It's spring, hay fever season. I just want to
You're gonna.
I'm gonna forget that my mask isn't on me when I do my eye contact cough at somebody. I'm gonna forget that I'm not wearing it anymore when I'm just like eyes wide open.
That's actually going to present an interesting dilemma. Like when eventually the mask season
come off, I'm like, wow, my breath is anus.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
There's just going to be so many people that have been actually wearing it 24/7.
Yeah,
those people that like shower with it on,
or the people that you met wearing the mask, and then you're like, dang, you ugly.
Yeah, like whoa, that's what you look like under there.
I have had that happen. I didn't know how much it made a difference until.
Oh, geez.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Hello.
All right, back to masks.
It's like you're only talking to this person on the phone, and then all of a sudden you see them, and you had like a mental image of what you think they look like.
Like a radio person.
It's a radio host.
It's exactly like that.
Whoa, he didn't.
I like
didn't
all the
look
people
like
that listen to us think that you guys is ugly, but I'm really good looking.
Yeah.
So
It's like that.
in Target the other day, went in there, no mask. Some lady walks up with her mask on. She says, "Did they talk to you about wearing masks or not?" We said, "No, they don't care." And she said, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
And then she took her mask off.
Yeah.
She's like,
That's what it's going to take.
It's true because I have had multiple people, both in Home Depot and Target and One in Stater Brothers, but I think Stater Brothers actually does care because every once in a while they'll ask me to put it on. But like just people just ask, like I'll just be standing there like looking at the bread trying to decide which buns I want to get. And some like guy like leans over, he's like, "Hey, why don't you have your mask on?" I'm like, "I don't have to. They haven't asked me to put it on yet." He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Nobody's standing at the door asking me to put it on. Like I just didn't put it on, and they haven't yet." He's like, "Oh my god," and he just like takes it off, you know, like stuff like that.
It's just like freedom,
like 3 times now, and I'm like, this is why I am exhorting everyone: stop wearing it. That's what it's going to take. They're never going to say it's okay. We have to be the ones.
I went into Albertsons. This was months and months ago. Went to Albertsons and walked in, saw the cart lady cleaning the cart. She didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I had my face showing.
Sure.
And walked through the whole store, got all of my shopping done, saw tons of employees, get to the checkout line. I'm having a wonderful conversation with the lady at the checkout line, but she didn't look at my face. And then when she looks up at my face and notices that I'm not
from the other side of her plexiglass shield.
Yeah. Other side of it.
The thing that's actually going to stop all of the germs and spittle. And
solid Lexan protecting her.
It's still airborne. It's still just going to go up and above. Sure. But I go, nice conversation. All of a sudden it just shifts.
Yeah.
And she gets totally different tone. She goes, "Where's your mask?" And I was like, "Oh, well." And I go,
"Here's my credit card.
And I said,
thank you."
Yeah, I was basically paying
goodbye.
And that time, and she goes, "Where's my mask? Or where's your mask?" And I said, "In my pocket." And she goes, "Can you put it on?" I was like, "Yes."
She's on.
I put it on. I had to stand there for longer.
You had to have me in the room
I
breathing.
had to do more words.
I would have been gone in the number of breaths it took me to huff and puff and fish around in my little girl jeans pocket.
My favorite encounter like that was at Sprouts. I walked around, did all my shopping, got in line to leave, and then one of the checkers walks up to me, and she says, "Hey, excuse me, I could take you over here on aisle 3 if you could put your mask on." And I was like, "So if
I'll stay in this line.
If I don't go to number 3, I don't have to put it on." She's
So
like, "No, I need you to put it on either way." But like,
are
I
you
could
saying
take
that you guys
3.
want me to be in the store longer? Like,
Like,
am I under arrest?
Yeah.
Am I under arrest?
Yeah, you see, I'm not trying to fight people. Like, yes, I could be like, "I'm just gonna do my shopping." I could yell at people.
No, never yell at people because they don't make the rules.
Yeah,
the people telling you don't make the rules unless it's the manager or the owner, and you know it's the owner of the store, and then
still don't yell because
don't yell because yelling's not a punishment.
We want to just be the people
that are
and
saying,
they say, "Oh yeah, it's the no mask people. They're chill, you know, like just asking them to put their masks on," and then eventually you'll be like, "Oh, why don't I just not wear a mask?"
Yeah. Jordan, can you?
They're not crazy.
Can you get me a mask of the lower half of my face?
Like the guys that
people get yelled at for doing that all the time.
The fake mask where it's the printout of your face and the mask
that's
on
what
your chin.
I would like the printout of my face mask.
Yeah.
I love watching those YouTube videos, and then they get like yelled at by some Karen, and then they just like they pull it down like as she's yelling, and she's just like,
Yeah, I would like.
It's like you've defeated the final boss, and they like, oh, that's the best. Anyway,
man.
To wrap it up,
don't
wear your masks unless asked to, and then put it on kindly.
Start the revolution slowly.
Just everybody be nice and polite.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go to YDEK cast for the map of.
Well, email us your.
Yeah, please.
Yes,
if you know of a store that doesn't make you wear one, please let us know.
We will build the freedom map.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll build a map and put it on our website.
Yeah. Facebook.
Something like that. Something out there.
Yeah, well, we'll put it somewhere.
Yeah.
We could spin up a website if we wanted to.
If you email us, we'll email you.
Yeah. Cool beans. So, I wanted to talk about something cool. So, the graphics card market, along with quite a few other markets, is pretty wild.
Oh my gosh.
Right
the Dogecoin farming market?
Yeah,
Dogecoin
all
hardware?
of the things.
It's just
nuts.
gone through the roof. My gosh.
Yeah.
I cannot get enough ETH and Doge and Bit and...
I mean, I'm up like 3,000% on my Dogecoin for the past 3 months. Like, I've I've had a big come up from the Dogecoin.
Now it did
Nice.
it did kind of soil the bed after Elon was on
Signal.
SNL and
They thought
admitted
they
that
thought he was
a-
gonna
a
shoot
scam.
off to $1, and it never did make it.
Well, it's still. I mean, come on, to the moon, people, please.
to the moon.
To
Yeah.
the moon.
To the moon.
Yep.
I'm a big Dogecoin advocate, mostly because I got in like a long time ago.
That's good.
Yeah. And I love that it is a meme-based cryptocurrency that's worth more than a 50 cents right now. Like,
Isn't that
That's-
crazy?
so silly to me, and it makes me so happy. But it's things like that that have caused the
Graphics card.
graphics card market, and really all computer parts, and really anything with a silicon chip, silicon-based chip in it,
Yep.
there's just such a shortage of it right now.
Yep.
Partly because of stimulus checks, partly because of cryptocurrency mining.
Well,
There's
production lines have been cut
and
'cause of
China
COVID.
had COVID happen, hit there, and then all the production stopped for
Everything's
a
at
little while.
25% of production.
And- yeah. So all of those reasons have added up to nobody can buy a graphics card.
Mm-hmm.
So Newegg.com has been doing a Newegg shuffle every day where you can you basically enter a raffle for a chance to win the opportunity to purchase a graphics card.
Oh, okay.
And I won one
Mm-hmm.
and purchased a graphics card, and then I was able to sell my old one.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was incredibly interesting because I was able to sell a graphics card that I bought over 1 year ago
Mm-hmm.
I purchased it for like $200 about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold it last week
Oh my gosh.
for $400.
Nice.
Like I doubled my profit on a piece of electronics gear.
And it's old.
And it's old.
isn't
It's like
supply-
2 generations old because
Isn't supply and
I
demand
didn't
great?
buy the new one. I love supply and demand
Mm-hmm.
because it made my old graphics card so valuable.
Yeah.
I was like, this is an old graphics card. It's 2 generations old now.
Isn't that crazy?
Like it should not be worth $400.
Barely fits in your computer.
I can tell you
That's
that,
true.
like,
My new one,
even
I did have to mod my case.
all,
It's
all the, all,
like so big.
all the stimmy checks and everything,
Oh,
and
yeah.
there's like plenty of business guys like Gary Vaynerchuk and everybody says get into baseball cards,
Yeah.
and get into so everybody got into baseball cards, and then somebody sold a Charizard for $1 million,
Yeah.
and so
$1 million for a Charizard?
not really, but like $100,000. So like
That's
the
still a
Charizards
lot.
that we had
Yeah.
had 2 of them
Yeah.
in a deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Venusaur Charizard, like
Oh my
like
goodness.
grass burn, that was the tier 1.
We had
Like with a trainer to digivolve your
Yeah, we-
Charmander into
If all of our Pokemon cards that we had were still like around and in mint condition, we would have a retirement worth of money.
Goodness gracious. This is weird times.
Yeah.
so there was a
One of the guys I worked with actually got into buying and selling Pokemon cards. Like he does it like a lot now and makes money.
so now Pokemon cards have disappeared from Target and Walmart has stopped selling them.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Because of everybody squats in the aisle. Basically, the people that are after collectibles now are trash. They're like, worse than the people that play the games. The people that are trying to scalp all the product.
Yeah,
like
it's just
the video card people.
Yeah, it's the same people that are just like buying and selling all the graphics cards, or just buying and selling all the Pokemon cards and baseball cards and all the cards. I'm just like, can you stop?
But there's a couple cards
I mean,
that
like
I paid
know
like 30
supply and
bucks
demand
for.
in the free market, but like
There's a couple that I have that were like
I don't know why you haven't sold them yet, personally.
It
but,
just went stupid crazy nuts.
Are they going to go? They're never going to go higher than this.
I mean, they might.
I mean,
but-
they might, but
There's no reason for them to come back down because nobody that bought it for 500 is going to sell it for less.
It's true.
Like they're just somewhere to put your money that isn't
That's-
cash because hyperinflation.
I mean, eventually they will not be worth that much. That's
Yeah.
just the way it. Eventually, everyone's gonna go. Why is Yu-Gi-Oh this much? Like, I'm not gonna pay.
Or
that.
like Pokemon. Like I don't want to pay $10 million
yeah, like
for a Charizard.
eventually, all of the people that are going to pay $10 million for a Charizard are just going to be done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Essentially collectibles are IRL Dogecoin. Like they're worth that much because somebody was willing to pay that much.
I mean, that's everything. Everything is. It's only worth what you're willing to pay for it.
Hey, except for bullets, man.
I mean, but
yeah.
also that too.
That's That no, because even in like you could drop in the apocalypse, those are still gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No one's gonna care
Like
about
gold
Pokemon.
ain't gold in the apocalypse,
Gold is worth-
but lead is.
Gold is nothing.
but like it's still only worth what people are willing to pay for it.
But when it's good, bullets are expensive. When it's bad, bullets are 30 times as much.
Yeah. So I mean, yes, but that's just again that is the golden rule of how much things are worth. It's worth what someone's willing to pay.
So, Justin, how did you like finishing Falcon?
Well, hang
and the
on. Before
Winter
we get into that,
Soldier?
we're about 45 minutes into this episode. Should we even start?
Yes.
Or should we save
Do it
for
right
next
now.
time?
Do it right now. You haven't even seen it. Doesn't even matter to you.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. I just this episode's going to turn into an hour and a half.
We'll do it live.
No, well, Justin will be quick. He'll be quick.
No.
Okay, you can
then
be quick.
just start a new show.
You have 15 minutes.
Start just cut it here.
Okay.
Start a new one.
We can cut it here, but I mean, you'll have
and
to wait until next time.
No,
give me 20 on Captain Falcon.
You got 15 minutes.
He'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Captain Falcon Winter Soldier. Captain America.
Shoulder.
Should I play the clip now?
The Falconer. No.
Okay.
No.
Now?
So if you had seen the show, let's pretend that you've seen the show.
Don't do it.
It's spent. So Captain Falcon, he is, he's grown up and him and his sister own a boat, and they're like, oh, we can't pay the bills, and then they try and get a loan from a bank, and the bank's like, well, I don't know, your credit's terrible, and she's like, I can't believe that you, Captain Falcon, can't get a loan from a bank, and he's like, well, like if you look at all the 9/11 responders that are millionaires, and she's like, 9/11 responders aren't. Oh, you're talking about real heroes. Okay, so that does, just because the fact that you're a hero and you want to help humanity does not instantly mean that humanity praises you and pours wealth upon you, right? Like sometimes
he's a contractor.
Sometimes you just have to be a good person for the sake of being a good person. Okay.
Yeah, like who actually pays these superheroes? Where do they get their money from?
It's per job. He's a contractor.
Yeah.
Who like?
So if he's
It's
been,
per save,
if he's
like
been-
every time he picks a person up out of a burning building,
But like, who gives him that money?
he turned in his shield, and he
to the
said-
U.S. government.
But like, genuinely, like, who gives him the money?
No, whoever contracted him.
whoever contracted him.
Yeah,
So
like
who's
if the U.S.
contracting him?
government,
If
the U.S.
the
government,
if
or
the
the
US
Avengers,
Or
Depending
Where
on
do
the
the
event.
Avengers get their money?
well, Stark,
Tony Stark.
Stark was contracted by other people.
Yeah, see,
It's just like how SpaceX gets their money. That's a real example. Sometimes
Or-
NASA,
or-
sometimes other people.
honestly, if you're contracted by Wakanda, then they could sell you in like grams of vibranium.
Yeah.
Which is, the rarest, most expensive substance on the planet
Yeah,
that
but
grows
it's-
on tree in Wakanda. So
it's not Dogecoin. So
it is not Dogecoin.
What?
So
Wait, what? I have a question. What's better, vibranium or
Dogecoin.
no Mandalorian armor? What is that again?
Beskar?
Beskar. Thank you.
Best car.
What's better?
I mean, so literal plot armor versus literal plot armor?
Yes.
Have they ever made?
If Mandalorian was against Captain America?
Well, okay. Here's why vibranium is better. Is they keep making vibranium into all these weird gadgets and stuff, and
Yeah.
they say it could like hover, and they say it could like absorb and reflect, and
Yeah, the
it's
suits
basically
that's all flexible.
It's not that it's indestructible. It's the fact that you can make little tracer knockout stun balls. You can make a spear that extends to the
it
sky.
It does have a weakness when you could like turn it off with electricity
with the trains and stuff.
Yeah.
What? I don't know that.
In Black Panther
when he's fighting on the train and the train turns off.
turns off the vibranium.
Wasn't that a vibranium train?
No, it was just had the little like harmonic discs.
Yeah.
I honestly think that the bad guy in Captain America 2 just needs to have like a sonic weapon that shuts it off.
That'd be awesome. It just like lays flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just like
And
stops.
You can't.
bouncing.
It's like Thor's hammer. You can't even pick it up anymore.
Yeah. But so
Sorry.
you can use it to like do all this cool stuff, but
Yeah.
it does have a pretty big weakness flaw that if anybody figures it out, they could just have like a a turn-off gun, and they just like turn off your armor and then stab you, and you're dead.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, having a kryptonite isn't bad. It makes
No. I'm just saying. We were just talking about which one is better.
Yeah, I was just curious. Sorry
I
to
think
digress.
I mean, Iron Man's always best when his armor's off anyway. So whatever.
That's true. He's way cooler when his armor's off.
If you wear a suit of armor and you ain't interesting when it's off, then forget it. So
It's true.
ultimately, what happened was they have all these fun adventures, paying for their boat and everything. Oh, we can't pay the bills. Oh no, and they have like an '80s montage of fixing the boat, right? And then about halfway through, they meet these bad people. If you run into them, if you find the bad people, then like mid fight, they always put on their masks so the stunt people can fight you and have fun and everything. Like they reveal their identity so the actor could have FaceTime. Then they pop their mask on.
well, that's so they don't get the other actors sick.
Yeah. I mean, you don't break your actors. That's fine. And they cut the
No, that was a mask joke. But
oh yeah. Sorry.
yeah,
It
went right through you.
yeah, it went just straight through my eyeballs on that one. They're called the Flag Smashers. Do you know why they're called the Flag Smashers, Josiah?
Because they smash flags?
Okay, so when Thanos snapped, everybody disappeared.
Well,
half of all the people. Okay. Then the people that were here, okay, went. So like if you disappeared, it'd be like you're somebody from a different city just moving into your house.
Yeah.
And then when you come back, they get kicked out.
Because it's my house.
It's your house.
Yeah.
So they moved into your house that was not theirs.
Yeah.
And then when they got kicked out, they got all mad and said that they have this motto like one world, one people, like no borders, no walls and everything. But literally they were taking things that didn't belong to them. It's just theft, right?
Yeah.
Well, but that other person disappeared. Is it yours? It's like it's like your brother putting his name on a bucket of food and putting it in the fridge, and then you eating it, and him saying like, "Well, he left for work." Like, I don't understand. Like, so basically, we have all these people, and then Falcon lands and talks to all the governments in the world. And and the governments are like, well, these people were snapped away by a magical force. And that controlled the infinite power of reality itself. And the only thing he has in return to say is,
"You've got to do better."
So that's what he goes on this massive 45-minute tirade
so
about
annoying.
how people that were literally murdering others in the streets, like innocent people were just being murdered, and they're like, "No, I want the things that isn't mine." So it'd be like Falcon.
They're not terrorists.
It'd be like Falcon running up to the Avengers after Infinity War, and then after everybody gets snapped away, he was like, "Why didn't you stop him from doing that?" And they're like, "Oh, because he could control reality, and there's literally nothing we could have done to stop that." And then he just says,
"Do better."
Well, yeah, but why didn't you guys stop? Did you guys stop Ultron? No, because he was.
Do better.
Well, did you guys stop the bad guy from?
Gotta do better.
That's what it is. I'm like, look, he snapped away all of reality. There's a little implicit, like, I know we want to have like a social discussion during the show, but I'm like, a magical metal glove just snapped away 10 trillion people throughout the universe. And now other people are stealing, and then we kicked the thieves out. So just telling me
"You've got to do better"
isn't going to fix the problem.
So, hang on for a second.
Justin spit all the way to my laptop.
I'm sorry. Hang on.
There's
Here,
actually spit on Jordan's laptop that I can see with my eyeballs.
hang on. I need some water, cheese. I'll be right back.
What? It's like time to end, and you're leaving?
Hang on.
Should I just play the ending song right now?
Oh my goodness. He was pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I don't.
"You've got to do better."
Okay, we could do more.
Okay, so
But I didn't like.
Hang on,
that,
I have a
that he
question.
said they weren't
"You've got to
terrorists
do
either.
better."
I have a question.
No, he's like, you
So-
need to stop labeling people terrorists, even though they murder innocent people
A
for
whole
political
building.
change.
So-
like murdering people,
So
murdering
Captain
massive amounts of
Falcon-
people
Captain
because you
Falcon
want political change is
Standing
terrorism.
up for the people that were stealing other people's houses.
Eventually, yes. He was trying to go against them, but then he had too much sympathy for them. And then he was starting to like sympathize and empathize with them. He's like, no, I know what it's been to be a terrorist.
So
Like, what?
let me look at it from another lens really quick.
Go ahead.
Imagine.
Yeah, hit me
So
up.
really quick, how long were the people snapped away? It was
5 years.
It was 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's say somebody's house is unoccupied for 4 years.
Yes. No,
And
I understand
You
that.
know, you're a neighbor. You are a neighbor next door to that house, and you know that person got snapped away because you were with them when they disappeared, and
Yes.
you know that this man was the only person. He didn't have children. He was like just an elderly man, and he got snapped away. And you knew that house had nowhere else to go. You're saying that you should just like do nothing with that house?
Well, here's the
After
thing.
4 years?
No, I see where you're coming from, but it's either displacing half the people of the earth or only the people that went in those properties. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it does. I'm
But
just
it's
curious.
the man that got snapped. That is his house,
Yeah.
and it still is now.
Yeah.
So the
No,
senators.
I'm not saying that. Like, I do believe. I personally would have moved into one of those houses that somebody got snapped out.
Yeah, but if you got kicked out at the end of 5 years.
But yeah, after 5 years, when he came back, I'd have been like,
Oh, geez.
Yep. Sorry, bro.
Hey,
Glad you're back.
what's up?
Here's your house.
Yeah.
Do I have to give
I-
your wife back too?
I've got your. I kept it nice for you.
Yeah.
There's no
I,
spiders because it would be a
Definitely.
real mess.
I
Changed everything?
super duper shot through all your ammo that you had hoarded away.
All
You know,
of
it
your
was just kind of
your-
found money.
Your stash of money
You were
has
not
all
using
been
it,
spent.
but
Let's be fair. I didn't think you were coming back.
Your walls are still
and
intact.
here you are.
Yeah.
So here you go.
Hey,
One
I
world,
mean-
one people, dude.
at least I didn't poop in your pool. So
Yeah, and you know
Why
what
would
he
you-
you know what
why
he
would
would
you
tell
say
you to
that?
that? You know what he would tell you to that excuse?
You've got to do better.
That's not a good
just-
excuse to steal.
yeah. But you see,
I just don't know why we're trying to
how-
introduce all this nuanced political discourse
how-
when a literal magic glove snapped people away. That's all.
I know it's really like forceful. But how long would you have to? Would somebody have to be gone and just like leave their belongings somewhere untouched before it's not stealing anymore?
There is a borrowing law, I think. It's if you let someone borrow it for a certain amount of time and
And
nobody
isn't there a
says
squatting law too?
nobody says anything, then it's basically it turns into yours.
Yeah, I'm
don't know-
pretty
I don't
sure
know
there's
what-
also a squatting law that's something like that, where basically if there's like an abandoned piece of property that has been abandoned for like a real long time, and you like, I think you have to like move into it and like improving it, and
Does
like
it say no trespassing on it?
I don't know, I don't remember the law, but there is some kind of
If
weird
there's-
squatting law
If
where
there's lawyers out there, please email us at ydekcast@gmail.com.
I'll have to look into it a little bit. But I do believe there is a threshold where, like, yeah, when that guy came back, I would probably give him his house back because, like, it is his house and he did kind of get snapped away and that sucks for him. And I didn't, I didn't just, like, miss out on 5 years. But I wouldn't, like, if I spent all of the money in his safe, heck no would I feel obligated to try to, like, give that back. Like, no, sorry, bro. Nobody thought you guys were coming back.
Okay.
You could have your house,
But he's back now.
yeah,
And
but
he's
he,
asking
So
for
is
that
the
money.
house yours or his?
the
Is the
house
money
the
yours
house is
or
still
his?
his, but the money's gone. The
Oh, yeah,
house,
no, it's gone.
But did you spend it and it was yours?
at the time, yeah, it was mine because he was gone. Like
But
he
it
was
wasn't
gone.
yours. Did
It's
you
like
earn it?
finding a wallet on the street with
Did-
no
but did you
identification.
earn
Yeah,
it?
I didn't earn it, but there's
But what if there was identification?
I know, but
and the guy was dead. If there was identification in the wallet and you did all the research and he was dead and he had no kinship, it's your money.
I mean, Jordan.
I don't know.
Jordan.
It is.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times you would you could eradicate, like, to get to half of the world?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you would have to be.
That'd be crazy.
You could not even try, and all of America could be dusted.
Yeah.
Because we're only 4% of the world's population. So
That's true. Like, if you just did it, yeah, that's wild.
just by population.
If you didn't
could
do like
accidentally
half of America and half of Mexico and half of Canada, and you just did half of the world,
if you didn't do it, if you just actually did half of the total,
Yeah.
you could and we're within a margin of error in the percentage of population.
That's funny. I didn't think about
There'd
that.
be a couple people left.
Yeah, honestly, there could be like 2 dudes in Alaska,
Kinda
and they're
like kind of like Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just it's going to be like they're going to be like, we're not going to repopulate just you and me, dude. So
Yeah, it's
Bye-bye,
it would be
America.
very similar to Last Man Standing, where he just starts moving into the president's house and driving a plane around, like, and all of a sudden people come back. Nobody's gonna expect him to pay back all their money. I'm sure he would expect his house back, but like, he's not gonna be like, hey, what'd you do with all that money I had sitting on the counter?
As long as you leave quick enough.
And honestly, so the places where there would be a whole bunch of people missing is like China and India, and people live in like not that great of conditions there anyway.
You've got to do better.
So there you go. And at the very least, if you had half of China missing because China emitted more greenhouse gases into the ozone,
Well,
into the atmosphere.
don't justify
no, hang on,
taking people out.
Well, no, I'm just
Especially for greenhouse
hang on,
gases.
what's that?
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you.
China emitted more greenhouse gases than all of the other countries of the world put together.
Yeah.
If you took all of the other countries, so if you had half of China, I mean,
Oh
really,
man,
like literally in about 2 weeks, the sky would be blue all over the world. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Thanos did do.
No. Stop it. Ridiculous.
But all of America would just be totally empty. I mean, it would be I Am Legend in about 30 seconds.
No, I know.
it'd probably be a lot closer
Yeah.
to Last Man Standing.
Yeah.
Have you
And
seen
so-
that show?
He hasn't.
Oh,
I have not.
You should watch it. It's, the first season's a good time.
Okay, so
you wouldn't appreciate it.
so last
not.
point is on the
How long is your
Captain
last point?
Falcon
You have
Winter
2
Soldier.
minutes,
Okay,
so-
2 minutes. The girl that Captain America kisses that was Peggy Carter's niece ends up being like a bad person, and then and then Elaine from Seinfeld, she's a bad guy, and
Yeah.
she like sells power to people, and everybody wants to have super soldier serum, but
Yep.
only a couple people do. And it was a little formulaic and didn't do much. And I thought the most interesting scenes were the therapy sessions with Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier. I was like, great, let's just see some character pieces. I just want to get to know them better before we have, because the action ain't as good as the movies anyway.
Would you
so-
recommend the show? Even okay, besides the Marvel
You've got to
timeline,
do better.
would
Yeah,
you
that-
recommend the show to watch?
Nah, just watch WandaVision.
Okay, same here. Yeah, I'm just skip it.
WandaVision is super fun.
It wasn't worth it. It just made me more frustrated overall.
And they had to shorten it anyway because the thing that they were using to distribute to the bad people were using as a weapon.
Yeah.
They were weaponizing a vaccine, and they had to cut it because they were like, oh geez, this kind of plays our hand a little too much.
Yeah.
Because they were using a vaccine to mind control people. So they were like, uh-oh. And then
Imagine.
there was like a disclaimer on the first episode because, like the week the show came out, people were like, doing not nice things to Asian people in the streets. Ooh. And then in the show, they have Winter Soldier and shoot an Asian person. And they're like, how do we... In light of current events, there's like a big giant black and white disclaimer. Like, oops. This show is totally make-believe. Don't take anything serious except for the last episode when we spend 20 minutes going
You've got to do better.
into the camera. Okay.
Oh my goodness, that was the last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That made me so.
But the first
frustrated.
episode when it was like super real, they were like, no, it's not real.
It felt
Anyway.
really rushed and really
But that
pointed.
and that's all I have to say about that.
Don't watch it. It's not worth it.
Thanks everybody. Thank
Been
you
a
for
good time.
joining us.
Hey, remember, shoot us your fat emails when you get a chance.
Yeah.
with your hot tips.
I sure
for
do.
where
If
we
anybody
could not
has
wear masks.
any movie recommendations to stream during the pandemic, I sure would. I'm like at the bottom of my list here.
Movie
people.
theaters are open now. They're
Yeah.
just
Help me.
It's true. I just went to a movie theater the other week and saw some movie that was not great.
Really?
Because now they're trying to like.
I don't remember what it
They're
was.
like, what do we do? Movie theaters are back.
Did you know
open.
you could watch anime in movie theaters now?
Yeah, it's like
Dude, it's the highest domestic grossing film in the United States right now.
I believe
weird.
it. Anime's hot
Eat.
right now, like oatmeal.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.